We are live here with Garfield Sewell, Super Realtor Extraordinaire. And we are so excited to get into this interview. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. On this episode, our 60th episode. Woo! Yes.
Congratulations.
Episode of the year. On the last Wednesday of the year, we hit 60 episodes.
Wow.
Yes, so we are
Wow.
super
That's
excited.
awesome. That's awesome. Like I said, just keep doing what you're doing. I think you're doing a great thing. It's a great platform.
Thank
Um, and I love to see it. I love to see it for sure. So again, congratulations on the 60th episode. I'm sorry. And just keep being great for sure.
Thank you so much. So, in normal fashion, let's hop straight into this interview, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. So, how did you get into real estate? Tell us that story.
Well, I've been in sales throughout my life. Me working, it's always been sales, and I
Mhm.
was actually working at an AT&T store here in Lexington, and I had a realtor come in, and she was a repeat customer of mine, and she had always told me, you'd be a great realtor, and I never really took it serious.
Mm.
And then one day I was like, I've been selling. Let's just take it up another level.
Yes.
Let's try to sell some houses. So I enrolled in the classes. I finished my classes. I passed my test, and here we are. Here we are, 4 years, 5 years later.
5 years
5 years later.
later. So
Yeah,
amazing.
for
That's an
sure.
awesome story. You were just like, let's just do this. You know what I mean? Let's just go.
Let's do it. And like me, I honestly, I believe that anything. I think I I think I can do. I know I'll be great at it. I just
Right.
have to put in the work, and I have to just push myself. So that's just something that I did, and I think well, it's paying off for me for sure.
So exciting. And so, what are some of your challenges that you face? You know, we talked about you and all of your excellence, right? So, what are some of the challenges that you faced, if any, during the pandemic when we're talking about the industry?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily call. Well, I guess you can call it a challenge. I mean, I primarily work with buyers and sellers. I have a couple investors that I do work with, but what I
Mhm.
realized is the market here is crazy. So like I'm working with a lot of buyers
Right.
specifically right now. So when we'll go take a look at homes and see homes, and what we're finding is there's a lot of buyers out there looking to purchase a
Mhm.
home. There's not enough inventory. So a
Mhm.
thing that we've run into is being in multiple offer situations
Oh, got
almost
it.
every time. Almost every time. So it's more
Wow.
of a bidding war
Mhm.
um, to get in a house. That's one of the main things that I've seen is, and it's a good problem to have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But working with buyers sometimes it can be a little
Yeah.
discouraging for them. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that that's one of the biggest issues that I've run into, if I even want to call it an issue. It's part of the game. It's just, it is what it is. But that's what I would say. That's what I
Okay.
would have to say.
And I want to thank everyone who's tuning in with us. This is the Black Motivation Podcast with Black Truth Media with Ashley J, Super Realtor Garfield Sewell. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments because we are here for it. All right?
For
So
sure.
let's hop into another question. What is some advice you'd give to those who are thinking about getting their realtor license?
Well, me, when I first got into it, I really didn't know much about the industry. I didn't know, I'm thinking I'm gonna just go out and all my friends are gonna call me and want to buy a house.
Right,
No, don't work like that. You actually got to put into work. So, like, what you put into it, just like with anything throughout life, what you put into it is what you're gonna get out.
right.
Um, it's not easy. It's a very stressful, can be a very stressful job
Mhm.
or career. You know what I'm saying? Just more so know it and try to do some research and talk to other realtors in your area and just see what their experiences are and just talk with people throughout the industry. One thing for me that threw me for a loop, I initially started on a team,
Okay.
and on this team I would just make cold calls. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm being told no, 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 hang up on me, no, no,
Right,
just
right,
be patient, stick with it, be persistent, and it will pay off. like I said, it's not easy. So don't go into it thinking that it's just easy and everybody's
Mhm.
gonna, reach out to you when they're ready to buy or sell a home, because it doesn't work like that. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and just be ready. Just be ready. Be focused
For sure. I want to thank
for
Nicole
sure.
Skinner for dropping that thumbs up. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for everyone else who's on the live joining us. Drop comments, drop feedback, all that stuff, because we're going to get into it tonight about the real estate industry. So you're looking into getting into investment properties as well, right? Not just the buyer seller market. So taking a step off
Absolutely.
the path from that traditional path. What are some advantages and disadvantages of both paths, in your opinion?
On the investment side, I would say the advantages are you're building wealth for yourself and your family and your future. Um, when it comes to investing, it's a little more strict in terms of money being lent to you or how much money you have to put down. So normally there's a lot more money that has to put down. So that's a challenge that a lot of people run into when they want to invest. Um, is having the money for that down payment or having the money to rehab that property. Um, I think those are going to be your biggest challenges when it comes to investing. Now, also, like I mentioned earlier, reach out to some investors if that's something you want to get into. It's all about, like, I feel like people, I don't know if it's an ego thing. They don't like to ask for help. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? And in real estate, I know what I know and I know what I don't know. There's a lot that I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't be scared to ask for help. When it comes to the buyers and the sellers, I would say the advantages are helping them,
Mm-hmm.
uh, purchase their first home or sell their home. Seeing what they come from and and the hard work that they put into to whether it be fix their credit or get that money, whatever the case may be, the end result is always satisfying seeing them close on a house.
Right.
The disadvantages are, you're working with people. So when it comes to sellers,
Mhm.
you know, people will value their homes at what they think it's worth. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it calls for awkward conversations and
Mhm.
it's not even a negative thing. It's
Mhm.
just something that sometimes it's tough to do.
Right.
And you're dealing with a lot of personalities, and it's just you're there to guide them and making good decisions when it comes to purchasing their home. But
Mhm.
I think that the biggest advantage for me when it comes to working with buyers and sellers is going to be just that end result, seeing them achieve what they've set out to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. That's awesome. I'm sure that, being able to see, a smile on people's faces when they sold their home, or, that smile on people's faces when they bought their first home, like that's really the
for sure,
reward in and of
for sure,
itself, when you see
for
that,
sure.
you see that excitement.
And we talk about shortening that gap, that wealth gap.
Yes.
I think real estate is a major component to doing that. So it's always satisfying for me.
Definitely. And so, what advice do you have to give? Let's talk about it to first-time home buyers right now who are looking to move during the pandemic. You talk a little bit about how, there are some issues faced when you have so many people flooding the market trying to buy that you have multiple offers on the table. So how do people put themselves in a position to succeed and get the homes that they want to buy?
Really, is be patient.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people, you'll know within the first 2 minutes that you're in that house if it's for you or not.
Right.
If we happen to go, let's say we happen to find a home that you like, and we write an offer, and we're in a multiple offer situation, which is 9 times out of 10 going to be the case. There
Mm-hmm.
may be a chance that you'll get beat out. Someone's going to offer more money, and I believe that everything happens for a reason. If this house didn't work out for you, it's for a reason. A lot of people get attached to a home. That's another thing I would say. Don't get attached to the home when you go and view it. You can like it, that's fine, but try to keep your options open unless your offer's been accepted.
Right.
Um, because again, I've had I've seen people cry, or they're really upset because their contract didn't get accepted. It's like I
Right.
said, it's a part of it. And again, um, for me, everything happens for a reason. So just be patient. Don't get discouraged. Just
Yeah.
keep pushing because you will get the house that you love. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Yeah. So that would be it. That would probably be it.
for sure. We have a couple questions and a couple viewers in the audience popping in. Hey, Nicole Skinner with a question. Hey, Eugene Jones. Thank you so much, my brother, tuning in here to listen more. Nicole
What's up,
asks,
y'all?
thinking about relocating, where are the best places to look for purchasing a home?
Uh, really, it's gonna depend on where you want to be. I know that I have people. I have a few friends. A friend of mine invests in Cleveland. Me, I'm gonna say Kentucky. I love
You
Kentucky.
know,
Uh,
yeah.
I also really like Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago's really nice, and Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in terms of like me, I like the city. You know what I'm saying? So I love New York. I would say New York, but New York is crazy expensive now. I don't know how long it's gonna be because I hear a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people are leaving New
Right.
York right now. But Chicago, like in terms of the cost of living, it's not too crazy.
Mhm. Well,
And
Nicole
it's a
says
great
somewhere
city.
hot. So she
I'm
knows.
sorry.
Nicole says somewhere hot. She wants to be somewhere hot.
For sure. Or there. Me, I don't prefer the South. I would rather go out west if I'm gonna look for.
Okay.
But again, it gets expensive out west.
Right,
I've
right.
been in the South all my life, so I'm kind of ready to. If I'm looking for warm weather, I'm gonna go out west for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying moving out west. All right. And
Or,
so
or honestly, anywhere. But when you narrow those options down, you
mhm,
can always reach out to realtors in that area who have knowledge of that market. You know what I'm saying? So now, if you need to do that, I can connect you with realtors all over. So you
there
can
we go.
definitely hop in my inbox and ask me some questions or whatever the case may be. But for sure.
So towards the end of this interview, we're gonna get into your social media handles and how to reach out to you.
Cool.
So we're
Cool.
definitely
Cool.
gonna have that opportunity. So let's get into another question. So as a realtor, what inspires you or motivates you during a slow season for the market? So right now it's popping, but a couple years ago it was a little bit slower. So what inspired you and kept you going then?
Honestly, those like working with those first, like if I know someone is looking to buy and it's slow, like it's always slow, but you always have to work. So I wouldn't say that I'm not motivated, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always willing to work, and I love working with first time home buyers again because it's the first time they're buying a home. It's gonna be the biggest, decision they make. One of the biggest decisions they make in their life. So that's something I look really forward to and motivates me. That and just helping people. I'm here to help. I love to help.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
definitely motivation. For me coming into this, any person I'm able to reach, like Nicole, thank you so much for your question. Anyone I'm able to help through this podcast, whether they reach out to me or not, that's my satisfaction in doing this, being able to reach out and touch others. So,
Absolutely.
some fun.
Especially people that look like us. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
especially for people
So
like us. Oh, okay.
yeah.
And so we have another question coming from Eugene Jones. What resources do you recommend reading for people looking to purchase raw land?
To purchase land,
Land. Mm-hmm.
honestly, I'll be honest. I haven't done too much when it comes to land. I honestly, I don't want to. I can't recommend you anything to read or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that when it comes to land. Um, and specifically, I don't deal with too much land because here in Kentucky, I don't know if you're familiar or not, but there's so many farms here. Like they're
Right.
running out of space. They're running out of residential space to build homes.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to start building up.
Mm-hmm.
The farms don't want to sell. They're not gonna sell.
Right.
So for me, land honestly, it's not a big focus of mine. I mean, like I would say Google, you can find tons of information on the internet. But yeah, honestly, when it comes to land, I'm not too familiar, so I don't even want to shoot you any incorrect information or tell you to read something that won't be beneficial to you.
All right. Well, we can totally appreciate you for an honest answer. So let's
Oh,
do
I
another
know what I know and I know what I don't know.
Hey, we said that in the beginning, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
So who are some of your heroes and some of your sheroes? Like let's talk about a little bit more about you. Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like growing up, I looked up to my dad, my mom, my brothers, like people around me. I mean, I idolize people on TV, but when it came to people that I would consider heroes, it's going to be people that I actually know and people that I actually interact with and talk to and just learn from. Everybody, honestly, everybody that's connected to me, like my family, has been a huge support system for me. They've always pushed me to do more. Um, and yeah, I'm just gonna say people close to me.
Hmm.
Heroes, it's a little I yeah, yeah, I'm gonna just say my family. My family's been huge for me.
It's awesome that y'all have those close ties. You know what I mean? Y'all are close knit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's talk about favorite Black films. I know you got some of those.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm into like gangster movies and stuff
Hey,
like
okay,
that.
okay, bring it.
So, of course, I'm gonna have your Menace to Society, your
Hmm.
New Jack Cities,
Hmm.
your Paid in Fools. But there's another movie. It's a classic movie. It's called Who Made the Potato Salad? Have you ever heard of that
No,
movie?
I have not.
For any of y'all that's ever heard of it or haven't heard of it, watch it. It's hilarious, and it's got a ton of stars in it. Like when they're first getting into their career, it's a funny, funny movie.
Okay.
It's a funny movie. Yeah.
Who made the potato salad?
Who made the potato salad?
You need to get into it, okay? Next time I see you, I'm gonna have to have seen the film so we can chop it up about
It's
it.
funny. It's funny.
Sure. So, tell us a little bit about who's on your playlist right now. Who are you listening to music-wise?
Honestly, I've been on a Kentucky kick. It's a lot of people from Kentucky. There's a lot of things happening here in terms of like the music scene and stuff like that. So Kaz Wonder, Dre the Giant, uh,
Mm,
Ellsworth Bentley, Paperboy Casino. There's a guy out of Louisville, Kentucky. His name is Vory, Vory.
okay.
That project has been on repeat for me. Kid Cudi, I've been listening to that new Kid Cudi. Of course, you can throw some Drake in there, but Kid
Yeah.
Cudi and, Kid Cudi and Vory have been it for me the past couple weeks. Been
Awesome.
on repeat.
Awesome. And Eugene Jones says he appreciates the candor. So definitely, turning back to that question that we asked before, he appreciates you, Like I said, being honest.
Oh,
Knowing what you know and knowing what you don't, you
for
know?
sure, for sure. I
So
don't want to steer you the wrong direction.
yes. So what community efforts do you embark on in your home state, in your community?
Well, before COVID, pre-COVID, there was a group of us, a group of it's about four realtors, and we were looking to do set up a thing where we do first time home buyer seminars, so where we just have people come in and just explain the process to them, let them know what they need to do to get ready. Have people who can come in, help you fix your credit. We'll have lenders there. We didn't get to put that into motion yet, but another thing that I am doing is I'm actually working with the studio, me and a partner of mine, working with the studio and trying to get, you know, some of the youth in there to whether it be learn music, learn production, get into the arts, acting. We got people that are gonna teach classes
Mm,
um, for these people because it's just a lot of stuff happening in the streets that's unfortunate. So we try to steer the kids in a different direction.
true.
Uh,
And you do
you
work
know,
with
yeah.
an artist as well, is that correct?
Yeah. I just started working with an artist. That's another thing I'm trying to do is maneuver my way into music. Because I have a lot of talented friends and like we have a lot of people around that do different things. And
Hmm.
we got a pretty dope team. And yeah, that's another thing that we're looking to do. So the studio, getting kids in there and just trying to teach them new things and let them know that there's other ways. For
So
sure.
awesome. That's really so important, to invest in our youth. Because, it's cliche, but our youth are our future. The people are going to be, here when we're old and here when we're gone, not to put it in a dark way. But, we really need to invest
Exactly.
in those people who are coming up behind us,
Exactly.
for sure. So unfortunately, we have reached the end of this week's episode, but I have a couple more questions for you before we let you go. What words
Okay.
of motivation would you like to leave our audience with on this week's episode, the 60th episode?
The 60th episode. I'm gonna say, don't doubt yourself.
Mhm.
Self-doubt is a horrible thing. That and also if you see someone around you, push them to do things. Sometimes like you can see things in people that they can't see in themselves.
Right.
And all it takes is for you to say something, for something to click in them. And I think that's huge. I think that's a big thing to do. And I think a lot of people can benefit. A lot of people don't like to see other people do better than them or whatever the case may be. We kind of got to lose that mindset. And like I said, if you just see something in somebody, then let them know because they might not see it in themselves.
So true. Thank you so much for those wise words. And so for Nicole and everyone else who wants to reach out, learn more about what you're doing, how can we find you on social media and on the web?
I'm on Facebook, Garfield Sewell. If you see my name down, I don't.
Yep,
They can see my name.
right there. We pointed.
Okay, yeah, that, and then my Instagram is my first name period last name. And you can find me on Clubhouse. Find me on Clubhouse. And, shout out to Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Garfield. It's just at Garfield, but the E in Garfield is a 3, the number 3.
There we go. There we go.
There it is.
So
I'm everywhere.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Everyone who is tuned in, listen, ask questions. Y'all are the reason why we do this. I want to give y'all a big shout out, big virtual hug. You can follow us on social media and the web at Black Truth Media. That's Black Truth Media on Instagram, Black Truth Media on Facebook, and www.blacktruthmedia on the web. So we are very easy to find. And you can tune in 2 hours at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our next interview. We'll be interviewing Derek Smokin' Jones, one of the godfathers of Chicago house music. Hey, Ray Daniels, thank you so much for tuning in. Yes. And it's going to be a bomb interview just like this was a bomb interview. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We are
Thank you for having me.
For sure. Thank you.